The documentary begins with a somber piano melody and stadium sounds. The opening sets a reflective and serious tone for the discussion. Cristiano Ronaldo addresses the frequent comparisons to Lionel Messi. Ronaldo explicitly denies any obsessive feelings towards Messi. He emphasizes his respect for Messi as a fellow professional. Ronaldo dismisses the comparisons as ultimately unproductive and irrelevant. The documentary focuses on the long-standing professional relationship between Ronaldo and Messi. It suggests their careers have been intertwined for almost 2 decades. The rivalry between Ronaldo and Messi is portrayed as a key element of their careers. This rivalry has been a central theme in the narrative surrounding both players. The documentary emphasizes the impact of this competition on their respective legacies. The narrative focuses on dissecting an obsession, not on portraying hatred. The obsession is subtly disguised by an outward display of confidence. Contradictions within the subject's behavior gradually reveal the underlying obsession. The story explores how these subtle inconsistencies expose the true nature of the character's fixation. This scene juxtaposes the training methods of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Ronaldo's approach emphasizes a rigorous and structured training regimen. Messi's style is characterized by a more natural and intuitive approach to the game. The split visuals highlight the differences in their preparation and playing styles. This comparison illustrates contrasting paths to achieving excellence in football. Ronaldo believes greatness is not innate, but built through dedicated effort. Discipline forms the cornerstone of his training regimen. Sacrifice is necessary to maintain peak physical and mental condition. Relentless self-belief fuels his pursuit of excellence. His commitment extends to both physical and mental conditioning. Lionel Messi's greatness is expressed through his exceptional touch on the ball. His vision on the field allows him to anticipate plays and create opportunities. Messi's instinct enables him to make split-second decisions with remarkable accuracy. His talent is innate, suggesting a natural gift for the sport. Messi possesses an intuitive understanding of the game's dynamics. Ronaldo's training is characterized by a relentless pursuit of improvement. He consistently pushes his physical and mental limits during training sessions. A key element of his approach is a constant striving for perfection in every aspect of his game. This dedication underscores his commitment to becoming the best in his field. Lionel Messi is depicted actively playing football. He inherently possesses the qualities necessary for excelling in the sport. His natural abilities enable him to perform at a high level. These innate qualities distinguish him as a great footballer. Ronaldo publicly addressed comparisons made between himself and Messi. He stated that he does not place importance on these comparisons. Ronaldo dismissed the significance of comparing his career to Messi's. His statement suggests a focus on his own achievements rather than external comparisons. The Ballon d'Or ceremony is an annual event recognizing the best football players in the world. It celebrates individual achievements and contributions to the sport. The ceremony showcases the accolades and awards players have earned throughout their careers. Visuals highlight memorable moments from past Ballon d'Or events. The event is a testament to the dedication and skill of top-tier athletes. It serves as a platform to honor excellence in professional football. Ronaldo states that individual awards are not his primary focus. He asserts that football's essence transcends numerical statistics. This is said in the context of constant statistical comparisons in football. Ronaldo implies that the game's value is not solely defined by numbers. He suggests a more holistic view of football beyond individual accolades. Ronaldo's statement challenges the emphasis on statistics in modern football analysis. The documentary addresses the continuous tracking of Ronaldo's performance metrics. These metrics include goals scored throughout his career. Assists provided to teammates are also consistently recorded. The number of Ballon d'Or awards received is another key statistic. This ongoing statistical analysis occurs annually, regardless of Ronaldo's perspective. The documentary highlights different approaches to award acceptance. Lionel Messi is portrayed as accepting awards quietly and modestly. Cristiano Ronaldo's acceptance style is depicted as more vocal and demonstrative. Ronaldo's louder pronouncements suggest a potential need for external validation. The contrast implies differing motivations and perspectives on achievement. Silence can be interpreted in multiple ways, depending on the context and the individual's state of mind. Effective silence requires inner peace and contentment. Discomfort with silence may indicate underlying unease or dissatisfaction. In this context, Ronaldo's silence is interpreted as discomfort. This discomfort stems from Messi's achievement. The narrative suggests that Ronaldo's silence is a reaction to Messi's success. The music's darkening tone serves as a foreshadowing element. This musical shift hints at underlying tensions. It suggests contradictions that will soon emerge. These contradictions are found in Ronaldo's words. The music also foreshadows inconsistencies in Ronaldo's actions. Cristiano Ronaldo emphasized the significance of the Champions League. He believes success in the Champions League is a key indicator of greatness in football. Ronaldo's statement reflects his own achievements and high regard for the competition. His multiple Champions League titles support his claim about its importance. The Champions League is thus positioned as a defining stage for football legends. The narrative shifts to highlight Lionel Messi's accomplishments on the international stage. Footage showcases Messi's pivotal role in Argentina's national team. The visuals emphasize the significance of winning the Copa America. The Copa America victory represents a major milestone in Messi's international career. The footage also highlights Messi lifting the World Cup trophy. Winning the World Cup is the pinnacle of achievement in football. The narrative surrounding football has undergone a transformation. This shift involves a reduction in the perceived significance of international football. The change in narrative occurred after Messi's World Cup victory. The documentary highlights this transition in the sport's perceived importance. The documentary suggests that changes in football rules were influenced by the scoreboard. This implies a shift in the criteria used to define greatness in the sport. The changes were not organic evolutions of the game itself. Instead, the scoreboard's influence suggests a manipulation of standards. Ronaldo maintains peak physical condition through rigorous training. His training includes gym work to build and maintain strength. Solo training drills refine his individual skills and technique. This relentless effort ensures his continued high performance. Ronaldo actively utilized social media platforms for self-promotion. He used social media to post updates about his activities and achievements. Social media served as a platform for Ronaldo to voice his opinions. Ronaldo leveraged social media to demonstrate his value and worth. This proactive approach highlights Ronaldo's control over his public image. his social media presence became a key component of his brand and career. The scene emphasizes Messi's silence regarding Ronaldo's endeavors. Messi's lack of overt reaction contrasts with Ronaldo's public displays. This difference highlights their distinct approaches to public image. It also underscores their varying attitudes toward competition. Messi's reserved demeanor suggests a focus on internal drive. Ronaldo's outward expressions reflect a desire for public recognition. Obsession thrives on eliciting a reaction from its target. The absence of a response can intensify obsessive feelings. In this context, Messi's lack of reaction became a source of frustration. This lack of response was particularly unbearable for Ronaldo. The dynamic highlights how desired reactions fuel obsessive behavior. The absence of expected reactions can exacerbate the situation. Messi's continued presence on the field transcends mere statistics. His ongoing career is more impactful than goals or trophies alone. It represents a deeper, more profound significance. This significance is perceived as a form of quiet dominance. This dominance is not overtly expressed, but is consistently present. Therefore, his continued playing is a powerful, unspoken statement. The scene captures Lionel Messi lifting the World Cup trophy in 2022. This moment represents a pinnacle achievement in Messi's celebrated career. The victory is underscored by emotional music, enhancing the visual impact. The setting is an outdoor stadium at night, adding to the drama of the occasion. Ronaldo stated that football is not solely defined by one tournament. This perspective contrasts with his prior emphasis on trophies. Previously, Ronaldo highlighted trophies as key to defining a player's legacy. The current statement suggests a broader view beyond single-event success. The documentary focuses on conflicting statements made by Ronaldo. Initially, Ronaldo emphasized that history remembers winners. Subsequently, he appeared to downplay the significance of winning the World Cup. The documentary highlights this contradiction in Ronaldo's views on success and legacy. The text presents a contradiction as a psychological defense. This mechanism is framed as a means of survival. It suggests Ronaldo is using this to deal with a specific event. The event is identified as Messi's World Cup victory. Therefore, contradiction is portrayed as a coping strategy for Ronaldo. The text explores how individuals adapt their communication strategies when facing defeat. It suggests that a change in language occurs when the final argument is lost. This shift indicates a fundamental change in perspective. The example of Ronaldo illustrates this adaptation in communication style. The interview setting is a darkened studio, creating a dramatic visual tone. Slow camera zooms are employed to enhance the atmosphere. This visual approach aims to set a serious and engaging stage for the Piers Morgan interview. The overall effect is designed to draw viewers into the conversation. The scene depicts Ronaldo in an interview setting with Piers Morgan. Ronaldo's demeanor suggests a sense of vulnerability rather than anger. This contrasts with expectations of a confrontational interview. The setting and expressions imply a deeper, more personal discussion. The interview's subject matter was not related to Manchester United. The discussion also did not center on football managers. Instead, the core themes were control and narrative. The interview explored the dynamics of control. It also examined the construction and manipulation of narrative. The documentary focuses on a specific interview. This interview marked a turning point in how Ronaldo was perceived. Prior to the interview, Ronaldo's public image was carefully managed. The interview caused the meticulously constructed facade to begin to break down. This suggests a shift from controlled messaging to a more vulnerable portrayal. The documentary highlights the significance of this moment in shaping public opinion. Ronaldo has declared himself the most complete player ever. This statement marks a shift in his approach to self-promotion. Previously, he relied primarily on his achievements to demonstrate his value. Now, he is directly asserting his status. This direct claim is a notable change in his public persona. The documentary highlights a shift in Ronaldo's approach to public image. Previously, Ronaldo relied on his on-field achievements to define his reputation. His accomplishments were considered sufficient to speak for themselves. However, a change occurred where Ronaldo began actively promoting his achievement. This involved directly communicating his successes to the public. The documentary emphasizes this transition from passive to active self-promotion. Ronaldo has stated that others are jealous of him. This claim is juxtaposed with his previous statements about criticism. Previously, Ronaldo asserted that criticism served as a motivator for him. The analysis explores the apparent contradiction between these two viewpoints. Understanding Ronaldo's perspective requires considering both external perceptions and internal drive. The documentary highlights a shift in Ronaldo's perspective on motivation. Previously, Ronaldo asserted that criticism fueled his performance. He now suggests that envy is the primary driver behind negative commentary. This represents a notable change in how he interprets external feedback. The documentary explores the implications of this revised viewpoint. It examines the potential reasons behind Ronaldo's evolving motivational narrative. Ronaldo states a disregard for public opinion. This statement is contrasted by his choice to give a global interview. The interview aims to provide a comprehensive explanation of his perspective. The juxtaposition highlights a potential conflict between indifference and a need for public understanding. The global reach of the interview suggests a desire to address a wide audience. The interview setting is indoors, implying a controlled environment for the discussion. Confidence, at its core, is self-assuredness without requiring external validation. Obsession, conversely, often necessitates justification or defense. This distinction highlights a key difference in psychological drivers. The documentary suggests a potential need for Ronaldo to defend his legacy. This perceived need implies a shift from confidence towards obsession. Therefore, actions are driven by a desire to solidify or protect one's achievements. Ronaldo repeatedly claims to be the best in history. This assertion highlights a need for reassurance. The repetition emphasizes the importance of this belief to him. It suggests a personal validation mechanism at play. Repetition is often mistaken for a method of persuasion. However, its primary function is to provide reassurance. The act of repeating something can reinforce one's own beliefs. This is particularly true when there is an underlying doubt or uncertainty. Repetition can be a strategy to convince oneself as much as others. The repeated assertion serves to solidify a position or belief against internal skepticism. The documentary contrasts two distinct approaches to fame and legacy in professional sports. It highlights Cristiano Ronaldo's consistent and active self-promotion. In contrast, Lionel Messi is portrayed as embodying a more reserved, silent approach. The documentary suggests that Messi's silence amplifies the impact of his achievements. It emphasizes the power of unspoken achievement versus constant self-advertisement. Messi's silence is presented as a powerful form of communication. His actions carry more weight than any verbal statement. The narrative emphasizes the impact of deeds over words. This suggests a preference for demonstrated ability rather than self-promotion. The documentary highlights Ronaldo's successful career. It emphasizes that Ronaldo achieved legendary status. The documentary acknowledges his remarkable achievements. Ronaldo's career is portrayed as a story of success. The documentary celebrates Ronaldo's impact. It showcases Ronaldo's journey to becoming a legend. Legends evolve over time, with varying approaches to their legacies. Some legends allow their past actions to define their complete story. These legends let history be the final word on their impact. Other legends actively continue to shape their narrative. They add new achievements and dimensions to their ongoing story. Lionel Messi's legacy is primarily defined by his actions and achievements on the football field. His performances are the primary narrative, showcasing his skill and determination. He allows his on-field play to speak for itself, rather than relying on external promotion. This approach emphasizes the authenticity and impact of his contributions to football. His legacy is thus constructed through consistent excellence and memorable moments in the sport. Ronaldo actively engages in discussions about his legacy. He continuously adds to the narrative surrounding his career. This ongoing effort suggests a desire to shape his public image. Seeking validation appears to be a key component of his public engagements. The narrative focuses less on comparative skill. The core conflict revolves around the need for validation. The story emphasizes the importance of being perceived as correct. The documentary highlights the driving forces behind the character's actions. This narrative explores the divergent career trajectories of two prominent players. One player, Ronaldo, actively shapes his narrative through continuous self-promotion and vocal expression. The other player, Messi, allows his performance and achievements on the field to define his legacy. The contrast highlights different approaches to building a personal brand and cementing a place in sports history. The documentary concludes by depicting an empty stadium at night. This visual emphasizes the solitude and finality of football's decision. The emptiness symbolizes a significant departure or change within the sport. It suggests that football has made a definitive choice, impacting its future. The quietness underscores the lasting impression of this decision. The overall scene conveys a sense of resolution and consequence.